Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version to our YouTube channel. So please check that out. As always, I am Vetta, and I am joined with my brother, Matt.
Hey, everybody.
And on this episode, we are going to be talking about Drunk Bus.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are my kind of bus. You know what I'm saying?
Right? How come nobody ever invites me to those buses?
Yeah, exactly.
Because at first I was like, is this like a party bus? And they're just calling it a drunk bus, but it's not.
It's not
the post-party bus.
It's the post part. Yeah. It's still a good time though. It's still a good time.
Mm-hmm. So what are you drinking this evening?
I've decided to try to go more with the theme like you do, because you're an asshole. So I'm not drinking wine this time. Surprise. What? I know. So in honor of do
you have a 40?
And I've got beer.
I was like, if he pulls out an old school 40, I am gonna die.
Well, they had some at the liquor store, but I was like, that is like such a big bottle. And I was like, I don't know if it's gonna stay cool the whole time. And that's so much to drink in one episode of these, like just to down it and everything. And I would have to finish it. So I'm like, I just got a 12 pack. So I was like, I'm just gonna get this. What are you drinking?
Am drinking Monaco. I am doing the Blue Crush tonight, which is a vodka, tequila, gin, and rum mix.
Very Hawaiian of you, which is somewhat Samoan, which is what pineapple is.
I know. I kind of was like, should I do like a daiquiri or a pina colada? But I was like, I don't like frozen drinks. So this was like, it's Blue Crush. That's like, isn't that a Hawaiian movie about surfing? So
right on.
It's like a 6 degrees of separation drink.
Right on. Okay, so before we get started on this, can I just say one thing to you? And it's really great for you. I just want to say congrats. You're nearing a milestone in your career with BS Drunk Movie Reviews. You've gone for years without an incident. Now you can, if you make it till the end of June without a traffic violation, fender bender, or pedestrian fatalities, you'll receive a prestigious All Stars of Safety plaque.
When Fred said that, and he said without a pedestrian fatality, I said, do those happen a lot? Is that one of those things that people don't get the award for?
Right. Why I would count him with Bob's fatality. I just want to say that.
Right.
Which we'll get into, I guess, later.
Yeah. So when you first looked into this movie, what did you think?
I thought when I watched the trailer, I thought it looked good. You know, I just thought it looked like one of those indie movies that's all like going to have like a big meaning at the end. And I was like, oh, I'm not into that shit, but I did like it. So
yeah, I watched it, and I mean, spoiler, I was expecting it to kind of be a drunken college movie, and it's kind of, in the whole big scheme of thing, kind of a sobering movie of
right.
leaving toxic relationships, getting your shit together, and realizing you can't live in Groundhog's Day forever.
Right.
The movie is what I'm referencing.
Right. A small piece of me was like, the whole time I was like, is this going to end up being like a sci-fi movie? Because that would be a great twist. I would be so happy with that. It's not, but that's fine.
No, I thought that too. Like, especially when it kept showing him, shutting the locker and
yeah
and eating the cereal, and I thought that too. I was like, oh, we're just flipping through the days. Is Bill Murray gonna pop out and be like, Groundhog's Day?
Right on. But when this movie first started, I wrote down, I was like, being a bus driver doesn't look like fun at all. It just doesn't look like fun
too.
Yeah,
I said that looks like the worst job. I get it. There's a reason it's the second highest paid job on campus, next to a nude model.
Yeah, well, I would have
picked the nude model, like the chick on the bus, Kate. I mean, I wouldn't have been good at it, and they wouldn't invite me back,
Well, that's
but
the thing.
still.
I wrote it down in today's age because I don't know what time this movie takes place in, like
I
what
think it's like
year.
2006 is what it says at
Oh,
the
I
beginning.
wrote, I think he could do well on OnlyFans. I really do. I think he could do, he's got that twink body, but he's got like the six
And
pack.
he's
So
got the little bit of the hair that
yeah,
he
I
took the
feel
hat
like he
off.
could
He
do,
could do
yeah,
the flippy thing with.
yeah, I feel like he could do quite well. And speaking of, oh no, never mind. That wasn't Kate.
So what
Um,
did you think about them calling him Fuck Chop?
oh, I didn't like that. I wrote down
I thought that was so
Fred
dumb.
is a douchebag. He's
Fred peaked in high school.
Yeah, Fred was such a douchebag. I mean, like he's all like a fifth child, and I'm like, Fred, maybe you just need to get snippied, and your pullout game is weak. And he was all like, when those bodies start colliding, and I'm all
Clapping,
like
and he was
clapping,
making the noise.
yeah, and I'm all like, yeah, I'm not snippy, and my wife's not pregnant yet. My pullout game is quite strong, Fred. Maybe you need to learn some of that. So, yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah, I just have a lot of random thoughts on here as I was watching it. But
okay, can we talk about first fuck you, Bob?
yes, oh my God, that's
Fuck You,
exactly
Bob.
what I was about to say to you because I have it written down. It was the second thing I wrote down. I wrote down that Bob is not a nice person. I just want to say that. And well, what did you think about Bob?
Awesome.
You thought Bob was awesome?
I did, because you knew the whole time, especially once they said he was a retired professor, the whole time he's on that bus, he's like, these fucking kids are going to be, wiping my ass one day. I hate these bastards. You know what I mean? He's just like hating it. And he's so thankful, even though he's being an asshole to the kid for picking him up. But
He can't drop the facade.
yeah,
Fuck you, Bob. And I also wrote down, I go, well, I wrote down, I don't feel bad that Bob died. But I also wrote down, Bob's art sucked. It was, I was like,
did he take lessons from James Franco?
yeah. Oh, what was that dude with the big hair on TV
Bob
all
Ross.
the time? Bob Ross. Yeah. 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 Oh, sorry. I don't remember names, fucker. Okay.
Rest in
But
peace, Bob.
yeah, I just like the whole time I like when they showed that him sucking on Pineapple's nipple, I was like, this is not good. And then the two friends with this the two-headed monster, I was like, she's like, it's beautiful. I was like, no, it's not. I was like, I would not buy that.
Is in the eye of the beholder. But didn't all of a sudden the picture with him sucking on Pineapple's nipple and he goes, it looks like a nut sack. Didn't you all of a sudden go, oh my God, it does?
No, I didn't. I did
like,
go,
it
that's
like a shriveled up one.
it is a weird looking nipple. I'll tell you that. I just was like, ew.
Maybe he didn't have a point of reference, like he hadn't actually seen Pineapple's nipple, so he couldn't draw it accurately.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. I mean, I
nipple's
guess
a nipple, I guess. Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so can we talk about the most disgusting part of the movie that literally made me laugh out loud and like dry heave and gag in my mouth at the same time?
Yeah, go ahead.
Where the girl is drunk on the bus and she's like hitting on him and they think she's gonna throw up and she shits all over the bus.
Right on.
I would have quit my job right then and there just so I didn't have to clean that shit up.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, it was funny. I was like, ew, that's gross. I was like, she's never gonna live that down. Well, if anybody knows about it, I don't know.
Well, it was just those three on the bus.
Oh, I would tell everybody. I'd be like, her nickname from now on would be Poopy Girl. Like it would just be Poopy Girl.
When the other two
or shit pants
ran to the back of the bus, I was like, yeah, that would have been me. Even if I was driving the bus, I would have ran to the back.
Yeah, bus. Yeah. And then I love how everybody like, it smells like dookie on here.
The rest of the movie.
How old are you using the word dookie to describe?
Not since like 92.
Yeah. I also wrote down that what's this kid's name? Michael?
Yes, Michael.
Oh yeah, it's, I wrote down that Michael. Okay, so he does Polaroids. I said Polaroids are bullshit. I mean, like they're the worst photos on the planet. I mean, there's too much like overexposure. I've never liked Polaroids. I do not understand people's fascination.
And I hated the trend that came back with the little Insta cameras.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, because my kids had to have them. And the pictures are they're like 1x1 or 2x2 pictures. And you're like, these suck.
Right. I never understood the fascination with Polaroids. Like there's people today that just like, oh, Polaroids are the best and everything. And I'm all like, no, they're really not. They're really not.
No.
They suck.
So what did you think of pineapple?
Hold on. I did write down pineapple down. I just gotta write it.
Fun
I have to
fact.
find it.
The actor's name in real life is
Pineapple. I know. I looked that up. Because I was like, oh, what else has he been in? And I was like, oh, his name is Pineapple. That is what you name your child when you have no hope for their future. You just name them after a random fruit, like apple, or they might as well just name their child, fire truck, or Albuquerque or something, stupid.
There are people that do name their children after the places they were conceived in,
Right. I did write. Okay, so I wrote down that Pineapple was real, but a little annoying. He was, because he has everyone make these decisions. Like he's like, oh, you need to go steal those 40s. And I'm all like, yeah, but what if he gets caught, Pineapple? That's on him, not on you. So you're influencing people to make bad decisions. That's horrible. That's
you also gotta go. That's some incredible charisma and influence he's got, that he's able to convince everybody to do what he wants.
I also did write down, like, because my wife, while we were watching this together, when he pulls out the witch hazel for his eye, and I'm all like, is that fucking aromatherapy bullshit where people just like rub this eucalyptus on the bottom lip and your flu will go away? That's not how biology works. Okay,
science
smells
doesn't work that way.
Yeah, smells don't make your sickness go away, asshole. But then she was like, no, that's not what witch hazel is.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
but I will say that when I had surgery, they did put these little patches that released like spearmint smell, and it did help with the nausea because I throw up from anesthesia.
Oh, right on.
It did help with that, but that's like taking Dramamine. Isn't that what you take when you go on a cruise?
I don't know.
I feel like nausea is not the same as a real sickness. So
right on. Okay.
What else do you want to talk about?
Well, I wrote down. Okay, so what were the two friends, Jesse and what?
Kate.
I wrote down Jesse's not a good friend because he's like, you broke up with Amy 9 months ago, get over it. And I'm all like, you know what, listen,
and he hadn't even outed himself to his parents.
Yeah, and then my whole thing is like, listen, breakups are hard, and you have to take how long, and like, I don't remember where I heard this from, but
you have to go through the grieving process.
Yeah, and it takes you half the time you were together to get over somebody. From I can't remember where I heard that from. It was probably like Sex in the City or something like that. But
I've heard that too.
So. Yeah, it sounds rational to me. I mean, you can't just snap your fingers and you're over somebody that you've been with for years.
I better like say I love you a bazillion times and give my husband a big hug. We've been together like 20 some years.
Yeah,
I'll be dead before I'm over this relationship. Oh my God. I better put work
in. Maybe that's all I wrote. I didn't write anything down for Kate because she seemed all right.
I liked Kate's roommate even before Michael fucked her. Oh, I liked Night Terra.
Demon girl. That's what I wrote down. Because she was all like, and I'm all like, what did she say? Hold on. I think I wrote it down.
Thing is like, she's having these night terrors, and I looked at her room and I'm like, okay, your room is not for sleeping. Like, there is like real science to being able to fall asleep, and you literally surrounded yourself with some of the scariest shit in the world. I wouldn't be able to sleep with Ozzy Osbourne staring at me either.
Yeah, I wrote down that she's not Night Terra, she's Demon Girl. And I wrote down Night Terror's my ass, more like demon possession. She's like, let Jesus fuck you. Let Jesus.
Need to find a priest
like, what?
to do an exorcist.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I love when he was like, why are you doing this to me? Because I was like, oh, that is my reaction to that. Like, when he and he's like curled, like his hands are in his above his face, like he's protecting his face, like it's a self-defense class.
Like in the fetal position.
Yeah, the whole time I'm like, oh, that's me. And then she's like, oh, that's good. I'm like, oh, you're a psycho. I was like, and you're a nursing major? I don't think so,
her
honey.
bedside better be really good.
Right. Yeah. So I did also okay, so Michael, as a person in general, I wrote down that he's kind of a pussy.
I have that too. I was like, he's a big puss.
Yeah. His life is my nightmare. Just I go to a 9 to 5, but like I'm like, this kid doesn't do anything like,
Oh,
well, from before he meets Pineapple Fun. Like he just gets up, goes to work, and then he goes home and just
and he eats cereal out of the
yeah,
same bowl,
wash,
talks
rinse,
to
and
the
repeat.
same shitty roommate,
Yeah. Yeah, which his roommate is,
had the same job, but apparently can't stop peeing where children can see him
yeah.
pee.
And at that point, I go, there's portable like urinals that you can get
Yeah.
that he could just use on that stupid bus of his. He could makeshift something to where people can't see him
Okay.
peeing.
You don't even have to buy a urinal. Don't you remember being a kid? And it's way easier for boys than girls. But when we would be on road trip and one of you boys would say pee and mom would say climb into the trunk and here's a bottle and hand you like a Mountain Dew bottle that she
I
had just
don't remember
finished.
that,
Oh,
but I don't remember a lot of
back
shit.
before we were required to wear seatbelts, she
Right?
would send you to the third row or the
And you guys
trunk.
can't call CPS now because we're adults.
Right. Our mother did love us.
um
It was just road trips are hard. And if you're not a parent, someday you'll find out when you become a parent. Road trips are hard.
right on. Yeah. I am trying to write down. Oh, that's what I
Okay.
wrote down.
So I'm going to bring up the frat house that every time the bus drives by, they throw different shit on the bus, like eggs or.
Why didn't
others.
he do something before this? I would have done something before this.
Well, my whole thing is okay. He'd been driving the bus for almost 4 years and never had an incident. And the very first incident that someone punches him, they get him a security guard. Well, first of all, the kid should have been prosecuted for assault.
Right.
Excuse me. Second of all, why hasn't he been telling somebody about the people that are throwing food every night at the bus?
He's a pussy.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, he's a yeah, I don't yeah, and he's like jerking off to pictures of Amy in the shower.
It wasn't even a nude. She was like holding a towel, like she just got out of the shower. Like,
yeah,
dude,
it wasn't
go
even,
on the internet. You can get way better shit.
Yeah, and there was porn back then.
Yes,
whatever.
By 2006, you could go online. Pornhub was around.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. Like, I'm just like, you guys, like, can we? I don't know, man. Okay, so
there was a lot of things he did that I was like, dude.
Oh, can we go back to Pineapple real quick? Because I wrote down something, because Pineapple, even though he, in my opinion, made like convinced people to make bad decisions, he also gave some good advice, I thought. The number one good advice I said when he said fucking is important, I was like, Pineapple, that is the best line in this movie. That fucking is very important. It's the most important.
It is important to your mental health. It really is.
Yeah. And then I also did you know before this or now what an inside out vagina is?
No, I Googled it.
I Googled it too, because I was like, what's it? Because he's like, is that a penis? I was like, well, that makes sense, but it's not.
No. Continue.
You explain. Go ahead.
Nope, go for it. I want to hear
go.
No, you go.
Okay,
you brought it up.
Okay, so it's where the beef curtains are like more predominant outside than and then sometimes they get, trapped inside the little labia majora.
Okay, no, I'm gonna simple this. It's when the suitcase, the clothes are hanging outside of the suitcase.
Right, that's a good one. And then the last thing I wrote down for Pineapple is I was like, this motherfucker cannot pierce a tongue because that
I personally went, I think he did it on purpose.
You think he did that on purpose? Oh, but he's a dick, because that looked like,
I think that was a dick move. Like, I think he knew the guy, it would be really painful. The guy would hate it. And he was trying to, like, I don't know. I just went, but how freaked out did you get? Like, I've seen people do the pencil through the septum, people that have that piercing. I've never seen someone stick their tongue through their bottom lip where they had a piercing.
I've never seen that either, but I mean,
And
whatever.
Did he have his tongue spliced? Like, because it kind of looked like when he stuck it through there that it was.
I just think it was
the little split.
Maybe I didn't think so. I thought it was just
Okay.
Pierce. I thought it was just Pierce. Oh, and also, I like when he got on the bus and he was like, if anybody ever gives you shit, just give him, headbutt him and everything. So he's all like, yeah. And it's so I wanted to try that with you real quick. Okay, so Vetta,
Mhm.
headbutt my hand. Go right now. Just headbutt it. Yeah. No, you're. What do you call that? A headbutt? No, headbutt it hard. Come on, headbutt it. Oh, you didn't headbutt it,
I'm
pussy.
not good at it. I'm weak. I'm just a weak, feeble girl. I can't defend myself.
That's not progressive.
I can defend myself better than Michael. So
Yeah.
I don't need the company to hire a big giant Samoan to save me because that guy would have punched me and I would have been being arrested for kicking him out of the bus and him getting knocked into a coma.
Yeah, and plus I'm all like, why don't you have weapons? Like I'd at minimum would have like a taser or pepper spray. Yeah, or something to protect myself because I'm all like, drunks are crazy. Like you cannot trust a drunk at all.
No.
They will break a bottle on your face or they will stab you.
It's different if they're the I love you bro drunk or the angry drunk. And
I'm the I love you girl drunk.
I am the I love you.
I am so huggy. Like I get very huggy.
I love everybody. I want to have them over to my house. I want to spend more time and hang out.
I cry because I love you so much. Yes. Like, I love you so much. You are the best person in my life.
We don't spend enough time together. We should do more.
Yeah, I'm that.
Sweetie, we just met in the bathroom 10 minutes ago. We've never done anything before.
I love you. Can we make out? Okay. Can we now talk about who I think is the villain of this story? And that is Amy.
Oh, for sure.
I wrote down
just a twat.
Oh, I wrote down she's a cunt.
I would say my favorite swear word, but then
we're gonna say she's a cunt. I hate her. I hate her so much. Okay. I wrote down when he was like, do you think
and you know she fucking slept with Todd.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Do you think she slept with Todd?
She fucked Todd.
That's what I thought too, because her answer, her reasoning was so what you would like a child would tell to their parents, like when they got in trouble, like, well, I don't think I did it, but I might have done it and everything. She's like, I didn't do it. We had a conversation and then I left. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
that's like when you ask a girl their number and what the rule of 3, like when a girl says she's only slept with 2 people, you multiply it by 3. But if a guy says he slept with, 8 people, you divide it by 3. That's totally the rule of 3 there. If they had a conversation, she had his dick in her mouth.
Yeah, and I didn't think Todd was very attractive. Like
Todd was they said it earlier and I'm going to repeat it. Michael was not a douche canoe. He's a pussy. Todd's a douche canoe.
Oh yeah, he was a total douche. I wrote down, I'm glad that he headbutted him because he deserved it.
He totally did it headbutted wrong.
That's what I said.
Like,
I'm all like, oh, pineapple.
He's never been in a fight. Yeah, he doesn't have siblings.
Didn't teach you correctly because you gotta punch with this part of your head.
Yeah,
and everything.
And you go for the bridge of the nose, not the middle of the forehead.
Yeah, because Todd called him a bus bitch and everything. I was like, yo, Todd, calm it down. Although I do have questions about listen. What if Todd and Amy didn't fuck? You're just going off of some assumption.
Okay, Michael. But I'm going to hold my ground on she at least had his dick in her mouth.
Oh,
they might not have fucked. I think they fucked.
Oh, they for sure fucked. Yeah, she fucked everybody in New York. That she.
Oh, absolutely. And she's all like, oh, well, maybe we could fuck sometime soon. We could have sex soon. I'm like, yeah, dude, you could say now on the bus and she would get on top of you.
Yeah, exactly.
She's telling you she wants your D.
Oh yeah. She's ready for you to take her to Pound Town for sure.
Yeah, and she'll teach you a few things because she learned some freaky ass shit. That's probably why she got fired in New York.
Yeah, you fucked crazy girl. She fucked 5 crazy dudes. Okay, and plus I wouldn't have texted her back ever because
that is another example of Pineapple being older and wiser. He said, "Don't."
Yeah, I wouldn't have texted her back at all.
No. Probably would have when you were drunk. You would have drunk texted
her.
For
sure. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, when I'm not exactly the world's manliest man. So I had to use my personality to get bitches. So when anybody wanted to fuck,
you are a delightful chap.
Yeah, for sure. I got a lot of, we should go shopping together. And I'm all like, is that code for me and your vagina? Because I was like,
Or am I now your new gay bestie, but I'm
yeah.
not gay?
Yeah, I don't shop. I'm like a regular dude. I know what I want before I go in, and I grab it, and I'm in and out of 20 minutes. So
See, and I'm so not a normal girl. I'm an 100% online shopper.
right on. So I did also write down that does Todd not have spell check on anything? Because even in
Jonathan,
2006,
he was the one making that board. I was like, that's awesome.
yeah, because
Todd's
I'm
an
like,
idiot.
yeah, even like in 2006, you had spell check, asshole. You didn't check your work before you took off those letters to the sign. Like, I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. I mean,
And why would you spell beef? It doesn't sound like it has an A
right,
in it at all.
right, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Did you not learn basic
yeah,
phonics?
yeah. So, yeah. Can we talk about Devo Ted now? Because Devo Ted creeps me the fuck out. I'm not gonna lie.
Creeped me out, but I would have been friends with him.
Oh, I would know. He creeps me. I wrote down in giant uppercase letters on my
He's
notes.
got pot and bagel pizza.
No, bagel bites are gross. Bagel bites are not pizza.
No,
They're not even. I don't even think they're bagels.
Bagel bites are the best. Just like
No.
Totino pizza rolls. Anything you ate when you were 15 years old is amazing when you're in your 20s and you're hot.
Pizza rolls
even
are
in
awesome.
your 30s.
Bagel bites, no. The sauce is gross. There's the cheese is in tiny, like,
I'm sure the cheese is plastic. It's not real.
The bagels, I don't think the bagels are bread. I don't think they're real bagels. It's just no, bagel bites are not a thing. Don't make you guys. Let's get rid of bagel bites. They should be outlawed.
Stop buying them right now.
And then he was all like, you want it, I got it. You want a body wash that'll give, I don't know, give you energy. You won't sleep for days. And I'm like, how about you, Devo Ted? How about you calm the fuck down? Because you're like creeping me out. Okay.
I was like, dude, you're like 2 items away from being on an episode of Hoarders.
Yeah. And he had that weird pink robe. And I'm all like,
that said hers.
Yeah. I didn't dislike him. I just didn't, he creeped me. I was like, I'm not interested in Devo.
And did you love when he put his tattoos together and it took Michael to tell him that it said devoted and he just thought it said Devo Ted?
Yeah.
It was like, whoosh, mind blown.
I'm blown. Oh.
My favorite part of that though was Pineapple just staring off into La La Land like he was on the best trip of his life. Like,
right. And
like,
I
just
also
don't respond, I can leave.
That's so funny.
Have you ever done that when you've been drunk or high with people? Just been like, if I don't respond, eventually I can leave.
No, I haven't.
Someone will say I'm so wasted. I gotta go.
No, either if I'm drunk, I just pass out, and if I'm high, I just pass out. Yeah.
I'm a I love you person, and then eventually I'm smart enough that I find my own car to pass out in and wait for my husband to drive me home, or I find a bedroom if it's at my house and just pass out.
Yeah. I also wrote down, okay, so I wrote down about Devo Ted because I'm still on him. When it comes to Pineapple, why would you believe Devo Ted? Like, you don't know this dude. You don't know anything about him except he's fucking, weird. And just believing every single thing he says about Pineapple, this guy that you've known longer.
And his hair was so bizarre. It almost looked like it was like a toupee. It reminded me of when Andy in The Office wears a wig. That's what Devo Ted's hair reminded me of.
Right on.
Yeah. I don't understand why he believed him. And I don't understand why he was so angry when he asked Pineapple. Like,
yeah. Well, I wrote down.
Wouldn't you have just been like, I would have been like, Matt, are you from Samoa? Have you ever been there?
Yeah, I just wrote down for him to call out Pineapple with zero evidence was just crazy. Like, I'm sorry. You don't sit with some dude who is tasked to protect you and then call bullshit and call him a liar on everything he's ever said to you. You could just be like, hey, I went over to Devo Ted's house and he said some shit about you. I don't believe him, but you want to talk about it and everything.
And you're hanging out with him. They clearly have become more than coworkers because they're hanging out on off times. They're still in Devo Ted's fireworks.
Yeah, exactly. You told him to steal 40s, my dude. And then you got two lesbians to kiss. I mean, let's let's be honest about stuff. Um,
Yeah, when he said that, when he's like, I can get them to kiss, I was like, dude, I can get them to kiss. The
Oh,
fact
right,
that
yeah.
Michael just fell for that just shows what a puss and an idiot he is.
Yeah, they were practically scissoring when they got on that bus. I mean,
Right?
yeah, you just needed a 40 and 10 minutes. I mean,
What are you
come on.
talking about? You could have played some movie and waved some dollar bills and they would have.
Time out. Are you fucking eating right now? We're recording a podcast, Vetta.
Have a candy drawer, like a movie theater candy drawer, and I pulled out.
Yeah, you need to wait in between breaks. I have to edit this out.
They're
Vetta,
delicious.
you might as well in there.
I'm a quiet chewer.
You're required chewer.
I'm not
my
a cow
ass.
chomper.
Yeah, that didn't come out right. Anyways, okay. Quiet chewer my ass. Anyways, okay. All right. Now back to the podcast. I only have one more thing on my list. Do you have any on my notes? Do you have anything else on your notes?
I have one more thing, but I'm sure it'll come after yours. So go ahead.
Well, mine is just that I hated the ending. I absolutely hated it.
I was gonna say I hate that the ending ended with him stealing the bus. Like it was
Yeah.
awesome that he stole the bus, but at the same time, it was stupid that he stole the bus.
Yeah, I just felt like it was just like kind of like a like he's just like, hey Michael, where you go? Where you do, Michael? You ain't picking these people up. And then like it just like showed that he got a plaque that said fucktard or whatever his name was. And I'm just like the whole time I'm just like, what? And then it ended. I was like, I didn't like that ending. I
Do
feel
you
like
think he was going to Chicago to take the paid internship at his sister's company?
I have no idea. That's the problem. That's the problem. I don't know. And in all honesty, I don't care. I mean, like I did like this movie, but Michael, I just if
But
he
don't
was a
you
real
think it was
person,
shitty that it gave us updates on everybody else, but not him?
yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's why I didn't like the ending. I didn't like the ending.
I didn't either.
Michael is dead now. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, he's dead. He's dead.
It was too long. That might be my other criticism. It was probably like about 20 minutes too long.
Maybe. Yeah.
There was a little bit of fluff in there. Like I get
there were
the
no
party.
blowjobs.
Huh?
There were no blowjobs.
I didn't need to see him jacking off 3 times.
That was very a little. I mean, I get it, but like the why they put it in there. But me personally, I'm like,
once would have been enough.
I mean,
I get the
I
point
don't know,
after
man.
once. 3
Yeah,
times.
for sure. For
too
3
much.
times a lady. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, do you have anything else you want to say about
I have
this?
nothing else I want to say about this.
I just want to say if your university offers a drunk bus and I get they're paying you $18 an hour to drive that bus, take the nude modeling job.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't take the drunk bus job.
Yeah, you can make money on. I honestly believe that anybody can make money on OnlyFans. You just have to put in maximum effort because
you just got to find your niche.
Yeah, exactly. I see people on Twitter all the time like that can't make money on OnlyFans. I'm like, because you're not putting in maximum effort. Like
I'm pretty sure you could, but it would not be with the female gender.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. What are you talking about? I got the twink body and the geekiness.
Right.
I've already planned out my OnlyFans. My wife has said no many a time.
But really, that's a lot of money. I'm figuring you would be able to quit your job.
Listen to me. I'm telling you right now.
Bears would love you.
We should talk about this afterwards, but I'm telling you right now, I have a plan. I just need one person to give me the go ahead because she is the gatekeeper, if you get what I'm saying. and I am the key master. But
that's your kids going to private school money right there.
Vetta, I have put up every argument and they are solid arguments. And I would put in maximum effort. You do not even know. I have thoughts and ideas. It's just I need the go. And I'm never gonna
sweetie, just do it.
I have put a sizzle reel together and I cannot get the go. So that's my problem. So
we'll work on her. But all right, let's move on to our next segment. So what is your question?
My question for you for this movie is, what is your favorite movie bus driver?
So this is an oldie, but a goodie, and it's probably going to age me a lot. Mine is Tom Hanks as Rick in The Bachelor Party.
Oh, right on. Yeah, no, he was a
bus driver for the school kids, and they take his bus. he takes his bus home.
Yeah.
And they take that to his bachelor party, which that
Yeah,
is a great movie.
Oh my God, I love that movie so much. I still love that movie. It's so good. Like when they crash it through the movie theater and everything. It's so good. It's so good.
And his friends are the best.
Right on. His friends are the best. That's a good bachelor party.
What is your answer?
My answer is Chris Farley from Billy Madison. I love first off, who doesn't love Chris Farley?
Right.
If you're a youngster and you don't love Chris Farley, go look him up. He is fantastic. He's so good. I love him so much.
That one's my favorite because he has the super long, creepy sideburn.
The mutton chops, and he's like, and then he's like, you kids better cut it out. And then he's like teary-eyed, and he's like talking to himself, like, I'm gonna come back there and fucking murder you and everything. So good. So good.
For sure. All right. So my question is what is your favorite college movie?
My favorite college movie is Back to School.
The new one or the remake or the original with why can't I remember his name? I drawn a blank all of a sudden.
It is
Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Rodney
Dangerfield. Thank you. See, you said that, and I no, it's of course it's the one with Rodney Dangerfield.
I'm just making sure.
There's a remake. I didn't even know there was a remake.
There's a really shitty remake.
Ew. Nobody wants that.
No. You don't fix it if it ain't broken.
Yeah. Ew. I'm annoyed with that. But yeah, no, I love that movie so much. I love the diving.
And I think there's a female version. So they remade the original called
You're
Back
ruining
to
my
the
buzz.
Future, and I'm really sure there's Melissa McCarthy version where her husband divorces her and she goes back to the same school where her daughter is.
Ew.
I'm almost positive. I can't remember the name of it, but I'm pretty
why
sure.
are you trying to ruin my night?
Just want to make sure I have the right movie. Oh my God.
Ugh. Well, I love that movie. I love the diving board scene at the end where he just like it's so obvious that he's on a 3D. There's a 3D back screen behind him, but he's like bouncing from diving board to diving board. I'm just like, this is so good. This makes me so happy and everything. He's in
like the onesie wrestler swimsuit.
Yeah, and then Sam Kinison is in the one scene. It's like maybe you would have come down. Yeah, and I guess he improvised that line, but he never got a movie after that because of the way he did that movie, I guess. But I love Sam Kinison. He's so good. What's your favorite college movie?
I put Road Trip.
Oh, I love Road Trip. It's so good.
I love Road Trip.
I had sex last night with a girl. I have to say that a lot.
So what about when you put peanut butter on it and you let your dog lick it off? It cheating? It's not cheating because it's your dog.
It's fucking gross.
It's gross. And they all freak out. Yeah, I absolutely. There are just so many parts of that movie that I love because nowadays it wouldn't be a drive across country to get a videotape. It would be an email or a live, like video chat or something. So it could never happen. Like that story could never happen today. And for those of you that never did a long distance relationship when you were in college, like you would send messages, like a cassette tape of conversation, or you would, if you came from a wealthier family or a university where you could rent out the video camera, you would send a VHS of stuff. Yeah. Either way, I'm like that. And then they steal the blind school's bus.
Yeah, right.
Terrible. So many things. And they go to the sperm clinic to earn money. I'm like,
oh yeah, right. Which I just want to say that's not how the sperm clinic works. You can't just walk in and be I want to donate. You have to like go through trials and
there's screening.
Yeah,
there's a screening process.
Yeah, it's not as simple as they make it
just
look like.
Walk in.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even that easy when you get snip.
Yeah, for sure.
So, all right. So, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
I want to say I would suggest this movie. It's a good movie. Like I liked it. So I would suggest watching it.
It was definitely fun.
Yeah, for sure.
I totally would recommend it. I literally laughed out loud.
For sure.
All right. So thank you guys so much for listening. Follow us on Twitter at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated. We will also be posting this video to our YouTube channel. So be sure to subscribe and like at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. And don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye.
Bye, you guys.